looks just the same as it did. The curtains are the same ones, I think, even. They're all worn out.
I want to thank all of you for joining the Alumni Association and the Residence Life Office in this celebration of the 100th year of Ireland Hall. My name is Nadine Fredericks. I am the Director of Alumni Relations here at the university, and with me is Carrie Feely, the Associate Director of Residence Life, and Nate Peterson, the Ireland Hall Area Director. We want to share a few interesting facts about the building that so many of you have called home for many years. And then we're going to open the doors for you to take a little look through the building. How many former residents do we have here today? And let's see, how many lived in the building in the 30s? Okay, so no one? Okay, but the 40s. So we have some from the 40s. How about the 50s? 1950s, we do have some for there. 60s? 70s, yeah, 80s, 90s, and today. Woo. So we have a great representation. We know each of you have stories about things that happened in this hall. Unfortunately, we're not going to turn over the mic to hear all those stories, but you can certainly share them as you walk through the building.
All right, I'm going to share a couple of facts just about what happened within the last year and a little bit about Ireland right now. Ireland currently houses 308 men ranging from first-year students up through seniors. There are 140 rooms. We've got 8 resident advisors, 1 operations manager, and 1 area director that serve the students in the building. Programming and community building are still very strong in Ireland. Last year we had over 400 programs, both passive programs and active programs that happened in Ireland Hall. Some of the most successful included the Ireland Football League, the Ireland Ping Pong League, and iHall iServe, which was a community service, monthly community service event that they did, and then Bacon Nation, which was an educational program that talked about the meatpacking industry as well as how much everybody loves bacon. And most effectively, and something that's been around for a very long time, is Teeter Totter Marathon, which has been going on for over 20 years. And the Teeter Totter's right over there if you'd like to take a spin on it. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nate to talk a little bit more about the specifics.
So I have a top 10 facts list that many of you probably know about Ireland Hall, but also maybe some facts that you didn't know about it. These were kind of gathered by alumni, so thank them for this work. Number 10 is that it was built because the College of St. Thomas had grown from 250 to 600 students in 1910. So that was a very large increase in people. Number 9 is when it was built, the South Wing was comprised of apartments for only priests. That was to be a temporary arrangement, and that temporary plan lasted for 60 years until the Burn Priest residence opened in 1973. At one time housed the campus library is number 8. Number 7 is father, later Archbishop John Roach, served as hall director in 1945, so I have a lot to live up to. Number 6 is that books were once used as doorstops because it was the policy that a door must be kept partially open when residents entertained female visitors. Number 5 is that the name of the ghost in Ireland Hall, anyone know it? Herbie is correct. Wow, we have a specialist out in the hallway, okay. Number 4 is there are 2 statues in Ireland Hall, which is kind of cool. The one is of Archbishop John Ireland, and the second is of the Virgin Mother Mary up on the 4th floor. Masquerade was the architect of Ireland Hall, and construction company was, anyone know? It's a local one. W.H. Grady of Merriam Park. Number 2, Lavenburgers, which is one of our other huge traditions in Ireland Hall, which are peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for those of you who are not aware, arrived in 1967 and were available on campus 2 nights a week until Monsignor Lavin moved out in 2002. And the tradition still continues today. What night of the week this year? Anyone? Sundays. Every Sunday night, Ireland Hall, 9:30 p.m. in the basement during the academic year. You are all welcome to stop back for one if you would like. And the person who lived in Ireland Hall the longest was, anyone? Monsignor James Lavin, a total of 56 years. So over half of Ireland's life he has lived in this building, which is pretty amazing.
Thanks, Nate. So how many of you knew these facts about Ireland? A few of you. And there were more, and there are more. They were written up in the winter issue of the magazine, St. Thomas Magazine, and I believe that special feature is online. So if you want to find a few more, you can look there. And I knew that Monsignor Lavin, even though I didn't live here, I knew he was the longest resident because I actually was part of his move-out crew in 2002, and he did accumulate a lot of stuff in that amount of space. Many of you are probably wondering about him. We do have some items here from the parties that we've had for him over the years. And please know that while he's not here with us, and he's not, he does send his warmest regards. He is now a resident at Little Sisters of the Poor in St. Paul on West 7th, and he doesn't leave that facility very often. Recently, he actually fell and has injured his leg, so he's recuperating from that. But again, we're going to have you take a look at this stuff. We have the actual spatula in the frame over here that he used for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So he gave that to us to keep. And as a special treat today, in honor of Monsignor Lavin, before you all leave, make sure you see one of our Student Alumni Council students here, and you get to take home your own peanut butter spatula that has the 100 Years logo on it. So we'll be passing those out later after the program.
Right after we're here, we have special tours set up for all of you. Jimmy Frailing back there in the Ireland Hall t-shirt. Wave, Jimmy. Thank you. He has worked very, very hard to create rooms that represent different decades that Ireland was open over the last 100 years. Those 3 rooms are on the first floor, and there's a little video in each of those rooms, as well as different items that students that were in the hall at about that time may have had with them. So take a look at all of that and peruse. We also have all of the rooms open. There are a few rooms that have signs that aren't available for tours. Those will be obvious. They have a sign on the door. But please feel free to open up any other doors. Take a look through. If there's any rooms you'd want to see specifically, they're all open for you to take a look at.
So before we open the doors, there are 2 things we have left to do in the program. First, we do want to thank you all for celebrating with us. We have birthday cupcakes, refreshments at the back of the lawn, kind of under one of those tents. And of course, it's a birthday party, so we do have to sing Happy Birthday to Ireland Hall, and no one gets cake unless we all sing. And so our students right here are watching to make sure everyone is singing. They will call you out. They aren't really going to do that, I'm kidding. Carrie and myself are going to start. We hope that you all do join us. So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ireland. Happy birthday to you. Perfect. And then before we do open up the doors, we're going to have all former residents of Ireland Hall, or current if you still live here, join us on the steps right here, and we'll be taking a group picture.
So come on up, we'll get you lined up, and then we're actually going to enter the hall through the original main doors.
because that's where Father Lavin was. Yeah, they both had Father Lavin.
Mike always made me climb up on the top bunk.
And we would sit and drink beer every Sunday night. And we got caught. And we both, that was it, to have alcohol on campus was the reason for being expelled. So we were in really deep trouble. And his father came up to defend him, saying, I run a brewery, and this kid has been drinking beer since he was a baby, and we serve beer at every meal. This is part of his culture. You can't expel him from it. So he got off, and then my dad said, "Oh, just you let the supplier off. How come you're kicking my son out?"
So you got off too?
So I got off too.
It's modern because it has a dial tone. A dial phone.
The kids were always pulling the fire alarm, and so after a while I got used to it and you were paying any attention to it. So all of a sudden one night, you know, we started hearing all this commotion about 20 minutes after the alarm went off, and we thought, well, we better check this one out. We opened the door, you couldn't see 2 inches in front of your nose. And remember, we were feeling on the wall because we didn't know if the fire was that way or that way. But we just crawled along the wall with our hands and we got out. But it was, you opened the door and you couldn't see 2 inches in front of your face.
Horrible. I didn't know that.
I don't remember.
How did I miss that?
Freshman? I don't remember that.
That was 75 maybe?
My room was changed a little bit. They took the built-in closet out and put in our portable.
The closet's different, yeah. It was. We had a kind of a big built-in one that was, but the rest of it's pretty much. The beds are different, you know. Although we had a bunk bed, right when you went in, and then. But the mattresses are newer than you.
Yeah, they probably want to change the mattress every 10 years or so.
Take this off my tie.
Have you got a scissors?
This is to identify when you
let's
get
cut
the
it right
picture
off
of
of
the
there.
belt, who I am.
That's good.
First floor we were in. We were roommates.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Oh, you must have stories.
Well, we do.
1949.
We have lots of them.
Anything good you'd like to share? I promise it won't work against you.
I can't think of anything very good though. Can you?
No, I can't either.
How about the girls tipped out going by?
No, I tell you,
That was
I
when he was.
just going to say, Charlie, remember the trips over to Minneapolis to see Lois Mayer that I used to get involved with?
Oh, yeah.
Feller and
Yeah.
he would come down with his car. But I don't want to start it all over again.
That peanut butter jelly sandwiches were right
Table?
Right here. Yeah.
Right over here.
Sunday
Right
nights.
here, over here. So
I've got my tuition statement. 1975 that was for the semester. So for the whole year it was $3,000. Room and board here, room in Ireland Hall was $175 for half a year. Board was $350 for half a year.